And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Van Buskirk versus Shook. Step forward.
Wendy Van Buskirk is suing her former friend, 23-year-old Jonathan Shook, for unpaid rent, bail money, and a loan to buy an engagement ring.
Miss Van Buskirk, the defendant, according to you, was a young man that you took into your house. He was a friend of your son's. He had no place to go. You opened up your home. You took him in, and according to you, he owes you some money.
Yes, ma'am.
Claim he owes you some money for rent, which is not a major deal, but that you loaned him some money to buy an engagement ring.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want that money back.
Yes.
In addition, you bailed him out of jail in the amount of $200. What were you arrested for?
Having kitchen knives, basically. Deadly concealed weapon.
A concealed weapon?
A couple of them, yes.
Where do you live?
Waldorf, Maryland right now.
Where had you been living with the plaintiff?
It's Brandywine, Maryland.
In Maryland?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you move in with her?
I'd say right before the winter of 2008, I believe. I'm not exactly sure.
And where is her son now? You were a friend of her son's.
Right now, in jail in not Ocean City, but Atlantic City.
How long has he been in jail?
About a month.
What is your son in jail for?
Assaulting a police officer.
Couple other things.
Couple other things. I'm not exactly sure, but it's...
Well, he didn't start out just walking up to a police officer and assaulting him. It had to be...
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And I assume he's incarcerated pre-trial.
Yes.
Does he have bail?
Yes.
How much is his bail?
$1,000.
Did he ask you to bail him out?
Yes, he did.
And why didn't you?
Well, it started off at $7,800. It's been reduced to $1,000. And unfortunately, I didn't have the money at first. And I plan on getting him out this Friday.
What was your rental arrangement with the plaintiff?
Well, when I moved in at first, nothing. I didn't have a job. I had nothing but it.
How old are you?
I'm 23 right now.
How do you make a living? How do you support yourself?
I detail cars right now, and I actually just got a job doing telecommunications.
And what kind of work was her son doing?
At the time, when I moved in, nothing at all.
What did you borrow money from her for?
I didn't.
Did you buy your girlfriend a ring?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you get the money from?
I paid part of it, and she said she was going to give me the rest as a gift to help me out.
How much did she pay?
I'm not exactly sure the exact numbers, but I paid for about half.
The ring was $629.99, and the warranty for the ring was $74.99.
What kind of warranty do you get on a ring?
The warranty is for, you have to take in every 6 months for cleaning, replacing the diamond if it gets lost.
That's some... I won't say that. I'll hear from all the jewelers if I say that that warranty is a ripoff.
Oh, it is.
So I don't want to hear from any jewelers out there. Don't write to me. Don't say bad things. I don't understand a $75 warranty on a ring.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What were you doing obstructing traffic?
Trying to get my dog out the road at first, and then I dropped knives in the road, so I was going back to pick up knives, and then when the cops pulled up, I threw them on the road, and they still arrested me for them.
I'm staying in Greenwich.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Wendy Van Buskirk says former friend Jonathan Shook owes for rent, bail money, and a loan for an engagement ring.
Okay. Did he put anything towards the ring?
3 payments of $45, Your Honor.
That's not true. I gave her like $300 up front.
No, he did not.
And then I made the payments of $45, and then she said the rest was a gift.
If you don't have money, you don't buy a ring.
Well, I understand that.
Well, you shouldn't have bought it.
I had the money that she wanted.
You didn't have the money.
And then she said the rest was a gift.
You didn't have the money.
Not all me.
If you have $300 and you want to buy a ring, find a ring for $300.
That's why
If you had $400...
Find a ring for $400. I
don't think you're cute, as a matter of fact.
I understand.
Just want you to understand that. If you're trying to be charming with me, but trust me, it's not going to work.
No.
Better looking and richer people than you have tried to charm me.
I believe it. I believe it.
Without success.
Oh, I believe it.
That didn't require a response.
Okay.
Try taking the hair out of your eyes. You'll see the world better.
All right.
Ma'am?
Don't speak.
Sorry.
Now, when you were arrested, you had a phone call to make.
Yeah.
Who'd you call?
Called a couple people just to let them know I was locked up, and then next thing I know, I was out of jail.
You never called the plaintiff?
Never talked to her.
How did you find out he was in jail?
Through my daughter-in-law, Nicole.
Through your daughter-in-law?
Yes.
This child is married to your son who's incarcerated?
No.
To another son?
Yes.
Okay. How did you find out he was in jail?
I was with him when he got arrested.
What were you all doing?
We were walking down the side of the road trying to keep him from going inside the road.
Explain that to me. Look at me when you explain it to me.
He was just upset, and...
He was upset about what?
I don't exactly remember about what. It's something that was stressing him out, and he was just walking in and out of one of the main roads, so we were just walking next to him, making sure he didn't get hurt. Me, Johnny, and a friend of his that was with us.
So he was trying to walk in traffic?
He was just walking in the road. We were walking on the side of the road. He just happened to walk in the road. We were just walking with him down the side of the road. And the cops ended up coming up saying that he was impeding traffic and he had a whole bunch of knives on him.
Was he high on drugs?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, probably was high on drugs or something if he was impeding traffic. And then they searched him and found these concealed weapons?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, terrific. Now, what did he say when he called you? I assume he called you from jail?
Well, he called Wendy from jail.
Called her?
Yes.
Good. Sit down. She says he called you from jail.
He begged me to get him out of jail. I have a receipt for bail and the bail.
How long were you in jail, Mr. Shoup?
Like 8, 9 hours. Not even that long. They, PG County out in Maryland, they let you out the next morning, or I'd have been let out that night when they paid my bail, but I never...
You used drugs, Mr. Shoup?
Used to.
What was your drug of choice, sir?
Marijuana.
What else?
That's it.
Were you high on the day you were arrested?
Nah, I've been clean for like 3 years, 4 years now, actually.
Then what were you doing obstructing traffic?
Trying to get my dog out the road at first, and then I dropped knives in the road. They were in a box, and I dropped the box to go chase after the dog in the road. There you go. Once I got the dog back, I went to go get the knives out the road, and that's when the state trooper pulled up, and I was walking down the road, and he didn't lock me up that day, he locked me up the next day. It was a confusing situation, and then they dropped the charges after it all was done and over with, so it just didn't make no sense.
I'm staying in Greenwich.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Okay. Did you call her and ask her to bail you out of jail?
No, ma'am. I don't even know the house number to call her.
You used to live there. How long did you live there?
About 1.5 years, but I never used the house phone. I have a cell phone.
You have 10 seconds to tell me about rent, because I'm not actually interested. Go.
He paid $100 a month prior to moving out. He didn't pay for 3 months.
When did you move out of the house?
I'd say around October of last year. I just couldn't stay there no more. And she had said something about, getting the couches and everything out of there, which I didn't understand. It was not my problem. It's her son's bedroom, and we both brought the couches in, and why do I have to take the couches out of the room? If they were his couches, he's the one that got bought.
Just give her the money for the ring and your bail. $495 for the ring and $200 for your bail. Perfect. Take your hair away from your eyes. Go to the barber. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yes, this is case number 170 on the calendar in the matter of Maroney versus Augusti Castro.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Maroney, it is your claim that you made a loan to the defendant some time ago. It was a substantial loan that she paid back some, but then stopped repaying the loan. You want the balance, which is somewhat more than this court's maximum of $5,000, but you're prepared to settle for that. Ms. Castro says that while she acknowledges this alleged loan, she says that you forgave the balance of the loan. Now, who is this?
My husband.
Could you
and
stand
he's a
up?
witness.
Stand up. How long have you and the defendant been married, Mr. Castro?
18 years.
I'm not speaking to you. How long?
18 years.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Castro?
Now I'm disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
Back problem
How long have you had back problems?
since 1990.
How long have you been on disability?
Since 1991.
So you have chronic back problems for which you receive disability. How much do you receive?
Around 1,300.
A month.
Yes.
What kind of work does your wife do?
Real estate and doing readings.
And what?
Doing readings.
Real estate and what, Miss Castro?
I own a consignment store.
Consignment.
Consignment
What
store.
kind?
Antiques and
Shh. Furniture, clothes, what kind of consignment?
furniture and paintings and lamps.
Oh, I'm going to love this case, Bird, and you're going to love it.
Okay.
And we're going to get back to this in a minute. Now, Miss Maroney, when did you make this initial loan?
April 24th, 2009, Your Honor.
Tell me about it.
I was in her real estate office, and we had been friends for about 8 years, and she asked me, can I borrow some money from you?
For what?
She didn't specify, but because she's a friend and was a friend and I trusted her, I agreed to lend her the money.
What kind of work do you do? Don't look over there. Look over here.
At that time, I was working at my Elena's store.
Whose store?
My witness, Elena Yorman.
What kind of store does she have?
It's a mystical store, bookstore.
Okay. Now, show me from where you took $10,000. Show me from where you took.
It was from my bank account.
Show me.
Okay.
I want to see it.
I have a copy of the check that I wrote to her with her endorsed signature, and I have a copy of one of the payments that she made to me.
I'm not interested in payment. I'm interested in your bank balance.
Okay. I also have the canceled checks and 2 police reports. So.
You want these police reports?
Sure.
Cool.
I don't know what she's talking about with regard to a police report. Now, according to you, you paid her back some money, right?
I was making payments monthly.
From where?
From my money.
Check or cash?
I gave her checks.
Do you have those checks?
No, I didn't bring them.
Where did you think you were coming today? To the beach?
Well,
Well,
I
what?
should have thought about it.
Now, I read your answer. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Miss Castro Bird says that when her husband with a disability went to deliver furniture from her store to Miss Maroney, they messed around a little bit. And because of that, she stopped paying the loan. Do you understand, Mr. Castro?
No.
What I'm suggesting to you, sir, is
Yes.
let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
You say that something happened when you were delivering furniture to Miss Maroney, right?
Yes. Happens all the time when I deliver the furniture.
When you delivered furniture.
Most of the time. She
When
says
you
something
delivered
all the time.
furniture. I want to know, how heavy was the furniture you were delivering, sir? And how did you manage that with your bad back?
And managed by myself.
You managed by yourself. Sit down,
No, I
Mr.
say
Castro.
don't.
This is
I
like
say
shooting
don't.
fish in a barrel. Sit.
Thank you.
It's a nice business you have going there, Miss Castro. You have a consignment shop, and you have your husband who gets $1,300 a month because he's disabled delivering your furniture. That's great.
Well, he wasn't
I want you to tell you
delivering
something.
furniture.
I feel terrific about that.
He wasn't
I want-
delivering furniture.
Hey, yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he
Yes, he was. Just a second. Miss Castro, do you believe that your husband had an inappropriate sexual relations with the plaintiff?
My husband.
The answer is either yes or no. Do you believe that your husband had an inappropriate sexual relation with the plaintiff? Yes or no?
Inappropriate in what way?
Inappropriate in any way. If he's married to
Yeah,
you.
he did
if
have
he's
sex with her.
He did have sex with her.
Yeah, he did.
So why did you stop paying her the loan?
Because after I found out that he had done that, because he went ahead and confessed to me, even though the plaintiff was
Just a
trying to
second.
say that.
Listen to me very carefully. The plaintiff isn't married to you.
I know.
Listen to me. Plaintiff isn't married to you. If he hadn't, she says it was sort of non-consensual.
That's a lie. She got undressed.
I don't want you to
And
speak.
touch his
I
parts.
don't want you to speak when I'm speaking.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I hear you.
want you to put your listening ears on. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
I know.
So listen.
I'm listening.
She's not married to you.
That's right. And I wouldn't want to.
You're not paying attention. You're speaking and not paying attention. She's not married to you for 18 years. He's married to you for 18 years.
Yeah.
And if you acknowledge that she gave you money, the fact that he, your husband of 18 years, who collects disability and delivers furniture,
No, he
had
doesn't
sex
deliver
with your
furniture.
friend,
Yeah,
does
not
not
my
give
friend.
you,
Hey,
does not give you.
She cannot be my friend.
Just listen to me. pay attention, Miss Castro, does not give you license not to repay her the money.
But you told me not to pay her.
Just a second. Do you understand me? Women don't seem to get it.
I get it.
No, you don't get it. I am assuming, for the purpose of this case, that there was a consensual relationship. I want you to be quiet and put on your 2 listening ears.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's a pig and an animal.
I want to tell you something. No. He is, and he's also a scammer, and so are you.
And later today,
we went into her room and we let her know that she shouldn't be afraid of the future. It held bright and beautiful things, and that we were going to purchase a car for her.
Who told her that?
claims former friend Aida Augusti Castro borrowed money from her and refuses to pay it back.
Madam, I am assuming that it was a consensual relationship. You're speaking. You're not listening. It doesn't give you license not to pay her. What you could do is you could throw him out on the street.
I thought about it.
No, not thought. Listen to me.
He was very close.
Listen to me. Not think about it, Miss Castro. He was the one who took a vow to you.
I know.
Not her.
I know.
Him. This one.
She's an
you see the problem.
person.
You see the problem with you, Miss Castro, is you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I pay attention to you.
Good. When you start to lie like he did in 1990 and started to lie about his disability and who knows what else, lying becomes a habit.
No, he doesn't have a
lying. Do you understand, Mr. Castro?
Never lie.
Becomes a habit. You were delivering furniture to her house when this happened.
Furniture, no. At that moment, no. I'm not delivering
At that
furniture.
moment, what are lamps?
That's not furniture, it's lamps.
Were you delivering lamps?
Yep.
Were you delivering lamps?
Not at the moment, no. I'm fixing lamps.
Were you fixing lamps that you had delivered?
Yes.
Eventually, we get it. You owe her $5,000. Do me a favor, I'm finished with them.
She's a pig and an animal.
I want to tell you something.
No.
He is, and he's also a scammer, and so are you, because
No,
you
I'm
live
not.
on that $1,300 a month, too.
No,
Goodbye.
He doesn't do that.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He lied. She went around saying that he was the one that raped her.
It was not consensual.
That other woman is a pig and an immoral person.
It was a very complicated issue and difficult to prove.
There is no friendship with a woman. There must not be any friendship.
And I'm sorry that I had to lose a friend this way.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Spilkerman versus Melendrez. Step forward, please.
Andy Spilkman is suing his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, Rudy Melendrez, for his share of the vintage Mercedes purchased for his daughter.
Mr. Spilkerman, you have a girlfriend. Is that you?
Yes.
She has a daughter.
Yes.
And you and your girlfriend have lived together for about, according to you, 10 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And her daughter was graduating from high school.
Yes.
This is her daughter's father.
Yes.
According to you, you made an agreement with Mr. Melendrez that he would pay half for a car for his daughter. You would pay the other half as a high school graduation gift.
Yes.
That's what you're suing for.
Yes.
He denies there was that agreement. So I have a few questions. What's the child's name?
The child is Monique.
Tell me when you spoke to him about purchasing a car for Monique.
I don't recall the exact date, Your Honor. It was sometime in June.
Where were you? If you don't recall the exact date, what location were you at?
I had asked Desiree to call Rudy to our home. Our daughter Monique was having a bit of uncertainty.
No. Her daughter.
Her daughter Monique was a little bit...
His daughter.
His daughter. Their daughter was uncertain about her future. We called him over. He and I had a conversation outside of the home about what we were going to say to her.
You stepped outside.
Yes.
What kind of problem did she have as a high school graduate about her future?
She was scared about the future.
Well, what plans had she made after high school?
It was hitting her a little hard. She hadn't really made any plans yet. We knew she was going to go to college.
Well, she can't go to college in June of 09 if she's graduating in June of 09.
Exactly.
And she hadn't applied to college.
She had to do a lot to get through high school, and she pulled it off.
Okay, Fine. So you had a conversation with him outside, and is that when the discussion of the car came up?
Yes.
Tell me what you said to him and what he said to you.
I just recall that we discussed getting her a car, and then we went into her room, and all three of us talked with her, and we let her know that she shouldn't be afraid of the future. It held bright and beautiful things, and that we were going to purchase a car for her father and I.
Who told her that?
We both did.
Tell me how that came about. You walked into her room.
We walked into her room. She was in her bed. She was feeling a bit down. That's why we had called him over.
I understand that. I want to know how those words came out of both your mouths at the same time, that we're going to purchase you a car.
I just recalled telling her that you're going to graduate, you're going to turn 18, you're going to go to college, we're going to purchase a car for you, and life is going to be good.
And that's what you told her?
Yes.
Fine.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your problem is you cut him out of the present process. And if you don't see that, I'm prepared to tell you that you did.
I don't
you say,
hey. Okay.
Pay attention.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andy Spilkman says his girlfriend's ex, Rudy Melendrez, owes for half the cost of a vintage Mercedes purchased for his daughter. Rudy says Andy didn't consult him, so he's not paying.
And then what happened?
And then a car was purchased.
When?
In August.
August of 09?
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
Monique decided she would like a vintage Mercedes-Benz. I located one. The three of us went to look at it.
Who's three?
Monique, Desiree, and I.
Go ahead.
She liked the car. We went back. Maybe it was a week later.
Who did?
Monique and Desiree and I.
Okay. Now, you went back a week later and?
We purchased the car.
Now, between the time you looked at it with Monique and the week that you went back to purchase it, did you have a conversation with Mr. Melendrez?
I did not.
Well, you were asking about. You
no, I did not.
And you went back and you purchased it. The three of you purchased it.
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you have a conversation with Mr. Melendrez?
I don't recall. I have a text message that he sent to Desiree in August after we told him we'd purchased the car.
No, I don't want to hear we told him. When did you tell him that you had purchased the car?
I never personally told him. He and I never really communicated. All communication with him was through Desiree or Monique.
Well, that's impossible, sir, because if you wish to establish a verbal contract, since you don't have a contract with Mr. Melendrez in writing, then you had to have had a conversation with him.
Well, the one we had at the home in June, in person and in her room with her.
So what you're telling me, sir, is that's the extent of your conversation with him in June of 09.
Yes.
So let us assume it was your understanding that Mr. Melendrez was going to pay for half of the car.
It was.
I'm not necessarily finding that that was a contract, but let us assume that was your understanding. Let me tell you what your problem is, Mr. Spiegelman. Your problem is you cut him out of the present process. And if you don't see that, I'm prepared to tell you that you did.
I don't
you say,
I did. Okay.
Pay attention. You may not like my answer, but you cut him out of the present process. You spoke to his daughter about what kind of car she wanted. You found the car for her to look at. Instead of calling her father and saying, listen, we're going to buy this car together. Let's go take a look at it together as a family because you're going to pay for half. You totally excluded him. You went down, saw the car, and liked it. Well, then you had an opportunity to call him and say to him, you know, we saw a car that we liked. Let's go down and look at it together.
Your Honor,
yes.
Those communications, now I couldn't bring her with because she didn't want to be here.
Listen to me, then it didn't happen.
Okay.
If I don't hear it, it didn't happen. You cut him out of the present process with his daughter, and you shouldn't have done that. You understand that? Or you don't?
I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of other circumstances.
There may have been.
I have email communication with Mr. Melendrez.
Go ahead.
Where when I asked him when he was going to pay me for his half of the car, not to mention the text message proof I have where he states he'll make payments for the car.
Let me see.
Why would he do that?
Let me see.
If there was never an agreement, you're too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so he knew a car was coming.
You took the present process away from him, Mr.
I don't believe I did, Your Honor.
Well, I don't care what you believe. That's why you're here.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, you're here for someone older and wiser who's been there, done that, and played that game to tell you that you took him out of the present process.
Did I take the financial responsibility away from him for the 10 years he didn't pay child support and I supported his daughter?
Listen to me. That's her problem.
Yes, it is.
That's not your problem. That's not your problem. All I'm listening to is the car. And I'm telling you that from the perspective of a parent, I'm telling you, it's not nice to say, give me half the money and I'm going to bring the package inside.
Your Honor, he's always involved in everything. He's been to every birthday party she has. He's always invited. He chooses not to attend. I would never leave her father out of anything.
Well, you did. You left him out of picking out the car.
You may think so, but I didn't.
Well, you did. You did. You said the three of us went to look at the car. Then we thought about it.
Well, he didn't want to go.
I know.
Okay, well, I don't know whether he didn't want to go or not, so you didn't invite him. Okay, here's the message. Issue it's the fact that the last time you guys discussed anything with me was June. Then you guys make whatever decisions, and then you just say pay. That's just a second. That's his email. That's exactly what I'm saying to you.
What about the one from August where he says he's excited about the car, he doesn't have the money on him, and he'll make payments? That was before that text you have there. And there's two texts there where he says he'll make payments. If he never agreed, Your Honor, why would he want to make payments?
Listen, I don't think you had a contract with him, Mr. Spiegelman, so I'm dismissing your case. You're not hearing what I'm saying. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now it's case number 29 on the calendar in the matter of Lang versus Fennell.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks have a seat.
Miss Lang, how did you find the defendant who was hired to dog sit for your 3 dogs?
He was my massage therapist at the local gym.
Had he ever dog sat for you before?
No.
When did you hire him?
Valentine's Day.
And how long was he supposed to take care of the dogs?
5 nights.
He wasn't sleeping at your house?
Yes, he was.
He was supposed to sleep at your house? And feed them and walk them?
Yes.
And there was an accident in your house because he came in one day and this little guy darted out, ran into the street and got hit by a car. And you want Mr. Fennell to be responsible for all the vet bills, which were thousands of dollars.
Yes.
On what day was the accident, Miss Lang? Do you know?
It was Monday. We left Sunday and it was Monday.
So that...
February 15th. And I don't even know, Judge, if that's what happened. I wasn't there and there's no driver's license, no driver.
That's what he says happened.
That's what he says.
You don't think he hurt the dog on purpose?
I don't know.
Well, that would be ridiculous. You want to take the dog outside, please? Mr. Fennell, what time did you start working on February 14th?
We went there. I went there in the morning, fed the dogs, and then at night refed them. I wasn't supposed to spend the night there. It was just morning and night, feed them, go in, and pet them. And that's what she said she wanted.
No.
That is what she said.
No, he was spending the night there.
That wasn't our agreement, but...
Yes, it was.
Okay.
On the 15th of February, what time did you get to the house?
We, I don't know the exact time. Me and my mom went to the beach and...
well, you had to go there in the morning.
Well, yeah, I got there in the morning.
What time did you get there in the morning?
Probably...
Promise not an answer. Stand up, please. You're his mother?
Yes.
Move over there. And your last name is?
Parks.
What time did he get to your house on February 15th?
The 15th, he came probably about 11. We went to the beach.
11 a.m.?
Yeah.
Listen to me very carefully. Did you have a discussion about his job dog sitting?
Yes.
What did you talk about on February 15th with regard to his job dog sitting?
That he needed to go and feed the dogs after we returned from the beach.
What time?
Probably about 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there.
And after he fed the dogs, where were you going?
Back to my house, and he was going to have dinner at my house.
What time had you fed the dogs, Mr. Fennell, that morning?
Probably 9 or 10, somewhere in there.
And according to your statement, it was your agreement with Miss Lang to feed and walk the dogs twice a day.
No walking. I was supposed to go over there, feed the dogs twice a day. She said go in, pet them. That's about it.
Are you a moron?
No, I'm not.
Who was supposed to walk the dogs?
She has a dog walker that comes once a day.
Are you trying to tell me that this rather intelligent lady was going to let her dogs be walked once a day for 4 days?
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
She actually lets them go to the bathroom in the house. They defecate and urinate all over the house. She told me to leave the urination and and the maid comes once a week to clean it. That is exactly what happened. It's absolutely disgusting. I had to go buy.
One more Sorry. And I'm just going to dismiss your case without any... I may dismiss it anyway, but this way you won't get a fair shake.
Right.
Do you understand?
I do.
Your Honor, I had to go get Vicks Vapor Rub to walk into her house. It was absolutely disgusting. The smell was horrific.
How much was she paying you a day?
No,
that requires just an amount, sir. Not looking up at the ceiling. How much were you being paid a day?
$550 for the entire time.
And how many days was that?
I think it was 7 altogether, or 6 or 7.
February 14th to what date?
I don't remember the exact date.
Well, think carefully.
It's in the statement. I don't remember the exact date.
You wrote it in your answer?
Correct.
But you don't remember as you're standing here today? Do you suffer from dementia?
Not at all.
Do you suffer from any other physiological disability?
No, ma'am.
How old are you?
I am 25 years old.
And this happened in 2010?
Yes.
Is that correct? How many other dogs have you been involved with that were hit by a car?
None.
Very good. Then you should remember, how many days were you supposed to take care of her dogs? February 14th until when?
6 days, I believe.
The 20th, then.
Well, yeah, the 20th. I don't remember the exact date.
He's an idiot.
Thank you.
I want to tell you something. Not only is he an idiot, but he's an idiot and a liar.
Really?
Yes. He's an idiot and a liar, and I'm going to tell you why. Because nobody hires 2 people.
2 people?
Shut up. Nobody hires 2 people, a dog walker and somebody else.
She did.
For 5.
An idiot.
Why don't you pay attention to the sentence? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Nobody pays 2 people, a dog walker and him. And he was getting $100 a day to go into the house, pour food, according to him, twice a day. That's what he said, for $100 a day.
That's correct.
And in addition, pay somebody to walk them once a day.
An idiot might do that.
No, an idiot would think that someone of my intellect would believe your story. I don't think you went there.
Why do you say that it's not?
I don't think you went there in the morning, sir.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
Yes.
Because I'm smart and because I'm watching your face and because after 35 years, I can tell when somebody is lying and when somebody's not. And I'm telling you, you didn't go there to feed the dogs. Hey,
what did I do?
Shut up and listen. Before you went to your mother's to pick her up for the beach, you did not go there to feed the dogs at 11 in the morning.
Okay.
Because then you wouldn't have gone back there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's ridiculous and stupid. Now, if you said to me, I went there at 8 o'clock in the morning and I let them out, and I let them out at 6 in the evening, and then she has somebody else who comes at 12 o'clock to walk them, I may say, you know what? That may be normal. But that's not what you did. You slept probably until 10 o'clock. Then you went and picked up your mother and said, now I got to go feed the dogs. But that's not what you said happened. You said that you went there and fed the dogs before you went to pick up your mother. That's a lot of baloney. You went there once at 3 o'clock.
I went there twice.
I don't believe you. How's that?
That's fine.
And I don't believe your story. That doesn't mean you're necessarily responsible for what happened to the dogs. It just means you're an irresponsible idiot. But so is she.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
My children could at least tell me if somebody was doing something wrong to them. Your dogs can't tell you. This idiot only showed up once every 2 days to feed me.
And later today,
she couldn't afford to pay you because Rocky wasn't back to work yet.
There were prospects of him going
I
back
don't
to
care
work.
prospects.
Okay.
I had prospects when I was 17 of being 5'4". It never panned out for me.
Line claims pet sitter Taylor Fennell is responsible for her dog getting hit by a car.
Now, a massage therapist who has no experience with her dog should not be responsible for 3 dogs over 5 days. First, you see whether or not you're a responsible person. You try you out for a while. I have 2 dogs. I put people who take care of my dogs through the ringer, more than I did for my children, because my children could at least tell me if somebody was doing something wrong to them. Your dogs can't. Your dogs can't tell you. This idiot only showed up once every 2 days to feed me and never took me out. Your dogs can't tell you that, but that's her responsibility. And ultimately, she's going to be responsible because you're not responsible for the accident that happened with her dog. Thank you. You're still an idiot. You're an idiot.
Dean's List at LMU, I wouldn't call myself an idiot.
You are an idiot.
Your opinion, that's fine.
That's my opinion. That's the only one that counts here. You didn't take good care of your children like a good mother. You left your children with somebody irresponsible. You didn't vet the person that you were leaving your children with.
Right. But we knew each other.
I don't care whether you know each other.
And he was.
You may know Dr. Kevorkian, and you wouldn't leave him with your sick relative.
And in all honesty, it was my first experience with house sitting, and I called on someone that I trusted.
Listen to me very carefully. Then evidently your judgment stinks.
It did.
Then what are you bothering me for?
Well, because I have an injured dog, and
that's your baby, and you didn't take care of your baby. You left your baby with somebody who was an irresponsible baby.
By the way, he was supposed to be sleeping there.
He was an irresponsible baby who you didn't vet.
And his mother was not invited to my house.
And I want to tell you something. I don't care about his mother. He's an irresponsible baby.
His mother told the vet to euthanize my dog.
Listen to me.
That's completely untrue.
No, that's what the vet told me.
Listen to me.
She was there.
Hey,
that's ridiculous.
Your case is dismissed because you can't shut up.
Sorry.
I was going to allow you to speak, but you can't interrupt me, and you can't tell me what the vet told you, because that's hearsay, and this case has really nothing to do with his mother, only so that I can get some information from him, so I was satisfied that her kid is full of baloney.
Right.
Still doesn't alter the fact that he's not responsible for your children's medical bills. You are. Unless you can establish to my satisfaction that he did something purposefully to the dog, which you can't because you don't know how it happened.
I don't.
He says he opened the dog ran out, and the dog got hit by a car.
But we don't know.
I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care. The only injured person here is your dog, and your dog was injured because you did not vet the care provider good enough, and you allowed someone who was irresponsible to take care of your children.
But he's laughing.
You should have seen that before. That's your business.
I did not see this side of him, honestly.
Well, what do you want from me? What do you want from the courts? If you didn't see that side of him, if you didn't see that he's an idiot, and if you didn't see that he's irresponsible, and if you didn't vet him sufficiently and say to him, I'm going to pay you $100 a day, but you're going to come over to my house for a couple of afternoons, and I'm going to see how you take care of the dogs and how you interact with them, and we're going to go over a routine, and I'm going to give you a written schedule, and you're going to sign that schedule. This is when you're going to be there. This is when you're going to leave. This is when you're going to take them out. This is when you're going to feed them. And unless you choose to take care of, show me the paper.
No, we didn't sign anything. But
goodbye, Miss Lang. Take care of your own babies.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think Taylor is an idiot and he's a liar.
Her dog got hurt and she's trying to blame me for her dog's injuries, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
The vet said that she would not re-release the dog back to Taylor and his mother because they were totally unempathetic.
We were horrified.
I feel sick to my stomach.
It was really a scary experience for us, actually.
I really am nauseous.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Anderson versus Manson. Step forward, please.
Erin Anderson is suing her former friend, Samantha Manson, for loans to pay her bills and for a trip to Las Vegas.
Miss Anderson, you and the defendant were good friends, according to what I read in the complaint and the answer. And about 2 years ago, you claim you made a loan to her.
Yes.
The amount of $2,000.
Correct.
And you claim a subsequent loan within the last year or so. Miss Manson says that you were a generous friend, both were gifts, and you had a falling out over some nonsense, but she doesn't owe you any money.
Correct.
So I have some questions.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
There are certain truisms that you try to teach to your own children.
Right.
And one of them is, if you lend a friend money, you lose your money and you lose your friend.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Erin Anderson says former friend Samantha Manson owes for 2 separate loans.
Now, tell me the circumstances surrounding this first loan. First, when was it?
It was October 20th, 2008.
Did you give her money by check or cash?
Check, and I have a copy of the check as well.
I'd like to see it.
Sure. It was for unpaid bills that she was very behind on.
How did you know that?
She told me. She
Where
asked
was
me
she
for the
when
money.
she told you that?
We were at her house.
And she said what? And you said what?
She said that I'm very behind on my bills. My landlord keeps calling and I need money to pay my bills. She was behind on her electric, water, gas, everything for her shop. She was behind on.
What kind of shop?
She owns a salon.
Hair salon?
Uh-huh.
What kind of work were you doing in October of 2008?
I was a medical assistant.
Who were you living with?
My husband.
Have
and my
children?
daughter. Yeah.
How old is your daughter?
She's almost 11.
And both you and your husband work?
Yes.
And you have a hair salon?
I do.
And who do you live with?
My husband.
And what does he do?
He is working now. Not at this time. He was not.
In 2008, he was not?
No.
October. What kind of work does he do?
Mill work.
When was the last time he worked in 2008?
Maybe January.
So at that point, you were supporting the family on your income from the salon?
Yes.
But now he's working?
Yes.
So now you have two incomes?
We do.
When did he go back to work?
He went back to work last February.
Tell me how it came about that she gave you the money in October of 2008.
I had asked her to come over and help me do a budget. At that time, my husband was not working. I was the only income and I wasn't doing very well. She, however, is really good with money. So I asked her to please help me figure out a way to get everything paid but still be able to live. Okay, cool. We were best friends. So she came over. We talked about it. We had a great, great afternoon. She said to me, I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you some money. And I said, Erin, that is not why I asked you over here. I can't take it because
That's
you
not
know.
True, Your Honor.
Shh. We'll get back to you. Go ahead.
Because you know I cannot pay you back. Obviously, looking at my budget, there was no
Well, you
way.
certainly couldn't pay her back then, Miss Manson.
Right.
But I assumed that you had hopes of your husband starting to work.
Absolutely.
So that you would once again be in a position to take care of your bills, take care of your responsibilities, and somehow start to pay her back money that she gave you when you needed it, when you were in a pinch.
Right.
Right. That's what friends do.
Right.
They help you out if you're in a pinch, but with the expectation that when you're not in a pinch anymore, you pay back the money. Go ahead.
I did her hair for free and her daughter's for 3.5 years. I didn't charge her.
She did not for 3.5 years.
Starting when?
The time
you tell me you were best friends. So best friends would ordinarily take care of each other's hair. But starting when did you start to take care of her hair and her daughter's hair free?
Thursday, September of 2008 is when I started documenting.
September of 2008
is when I
is when you started to document it. Well, that's interesting because that would have meant that you anticipated this gift a month before you got the money. Do you understand what I mean?
I do.
Good. Now, did she ever give you back any money?
She never gave me any money.
When did she tell you she would start paying you back?
In the beginning of 2009, she would start making $200 a month payments. And I said that was fine because Christmas was coming up. That was fine with me.
What happened in the beginning of 2009?
Nothing.
Did you discuss it with her?
Yes, over and over. We discussed it with her and her husband as well.
And what was her response?
That she would start paying, but that Rocky hadn't gone back to work yet, so maybe next month. And so we were friends, so I was like, that's fine.
Now that I understand. What I don't understand is this then second alleged loan.
Right.
Because the second alleged loan was for a trip to Vegas.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be a little more troublesome for me.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, when was the trip to Vegas?
The trip to Vegas wasn't until September, but we booked it at the beginning
of
2009. But we booked it at the beginning of the year.
When in the beginning of the year did you book it?
The third month.
Well, the third month would be March.
Correct.
And she hadn't paid you in January.
No.
And she hadn't paid you in February.
Correct.
And you would have had discussions ongoing with her.
Correct.
That she couldn't afford to pay you because, what's your husband's name?
Rocky.
Rocky wasn't back to work yet.
There were prospects of him going
I
back
don't
to
care
work.
prospects.
Okay.
I had prospects when I was 17 of being 5'4". It never panned out for me. So January and February, you did not get any money, and then you all decided to take a vacation.
Correct.
And you fronted the money for the vacation.
Correct.
Well, that was bad judgment on your part.
Correct. Very.
Because there are certain truisms that you try to teach to your own children.
Right.
And one of them is don't throw good money after bad.
I know.
And the second thing that you learn over the years is if you lend a friend money, you lose your money and you lose your friend.
Right.
You owe her the $2,000. You don't owe her for the vacation because I don't believe that she had a legitimate expectation of being paid back for the vacation because you hadn't paid her the original $2,000. So you have to give her back the $2,000. And now that Rocky is working, it should be easy for you. Judge for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now it's case number 46 on the calendar in the matter of Elmore versus Simpson Roja. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
What's your first name?
Destiny.
Or her father?
Yes, ma'am.
Name?
Sierra Simpson.
And you're her mother?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Destiny, it is your claim that this young lady and others assaulted you, and that was over a boy.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the defendant says that you assaulted her first. Who was this?
That's my brother.
He was present.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start with you. What's the name of the boy?
David.
You were dating David?
I was pregnant with his baby.
How old are you?
16.
That's great. How do you support yourself?
I work.
Full time?
No, I go to school.
So what were you doing having a baby?
It was a mistake.
And what did David do for a living?
Nothing.
What'd you have to say about that when your daughter told you she was pregnant?
No, I just dealt with it. Not much I could say. Took her to see Dave, told him about it, and went from there.
And then what happened, Miss Roja?
There's been nothing done about it. He has not contacted her, no paternity, nothing.
Well, what about her?
She stays at home, she works, and she's finishing school, and she takes care of the baby.
Were there other possibilities as potential fathers?
There is one more.
Has he had a paternity test?
They're in the process of doing that.
But not with Dave?
We've tried to get Dave to do a paternity, and he won't return calls.
All you have to do is go to court. How old is he?
19, I believe.
So as far as you know, it could have been either one of these two people. And how old is your baby?
2 months.
When did this incident happen, Miss Elmore?
August 15th, 2009.
Tell me what happened.
I was receiving threatening phone calls for an amount of days.
From whom?
Sierra and a couple of her friends.
What were you calling her for?
I was calling to get a hold of Dave because when I was pregnant, my sack that the baby was in had a hole in it. And I had to get a hold of him to tell him what was wrong with the baby. And she told me he wanted nothing to do with me or the baby and that she was going to kill me.
Why didn't you call Dave at his house?
He didn't live at his house and he only had a cell phone, which she had. And she told me she was going to kill me and my baby.
Just a second. You called her?
I called Dave's cell phone. She was answering it.
Well, then evidently he was at her house.
Yeah.
Now, Dave isn't a physician, is he?
No.
So he couldn't help you with anything with regard to what was physically wrong with this baby?
No, I just wanted to let him know.
Great. Okay, so you were receiving phone calls from her for a while.
Yes, because David got his cell phone number changed because she wouldn't stop calling him. And when he did, she didn't have it anymore, so she had my cell phone number and she started to call my cell phone. I actually have audio.
You have a recording of her calling you?
Yes.
I'd like to hear it. I'll take it up here. It's easier for me to hear it up here.
Your Honor, this is her threatening to come kill her.
I'm not even playing. If you do not tell me what my baby salary is, I'm going to kill you. I'm not playing because this is my baby father, and you should have called me when you got out of the job, not your sister. Nothing.
What did you go over there for?
To find Dave to talk to him about my baby.
Who did you go with?
My sister and my friend.
Why didn't you go with your mother?
We weren't talking at the time.
Why?
I was living with my sister.
How old is your sister?
27.
Where is she today?
At home.
What does she do?
She's a stay-at-home mom.
How many children does she have?
2.
How old are they?
3 and 4.
Who else lives in her house?
Her fiance, but he's in the Army.
Her fiance? Is he the father of these 2 children?
Yes, he is.
What happened when they got there, Miss Elmore?
My brother went outside because Sierra was the only one that came up onto my driveway.
Your complaint says that somebody called first. Who called first?
His name is Kevin.
Who's Kevin?
My friend's boyfriend.
What's your friend's name?
Karina.
So you weren't just there with your sister. You came with a boy.
Couple boys, Your Honor.
And what does this boy Kevin do?
I walked up to the door.
What does he do?
I don't think he has a job.
So he does nothing?
No.
How tall is he?
I do not know.
Well, is he as tall as this gentleman?
Yes.
So he's a big boy?
Yes, ma'am.
So you had Kevin call, and then you went over with a couple of your friends, including Kevin?
I didn't know Kevin called.
So you just went there?
Yes.
Go.
I picked up Kevin and Karina and Junior.
What'd you pick up Kevin for?
Because they were coming back to my house to help me babysit, because I had 4 kids and I was pregnant.
Well, if they were helping you babysit, that means you had something to do in the afternoon. What'd you go over to her house for?
To find Dave before I went to babysit.
Why?
Because I wanted to get paternity.
You hadn't had a baby yet?
They can take a needle and stick it through your stomach and get it out that way.
Why would you do that?
So I could tell who was the father.
So you went over to her house and what?
I started walking up her driveway, and that is when her brother came out and he pushed me. And that is
her brother pushed you. He didn't push you before he said something. What did he say?
He said, "Get off my property."
Get off your property. And what did you do?
I stood there, and then he came up and he pushed.
Just a minute. So at this point, you're trespassing.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you're trespassing?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you understand that she's trespassing?
Yes, ma'am.
This point, the person who lives in the house told you to get off the property because you've already threatened to kill his sister.
Yes, ma'am.
Not because of anything she did, but because of something allegedly that David did. David's allowed to dump you for somebody else.
He didn't dump her. He was seen both.
He's allowed to dump you for somebody else. And you're 16 years old. He's allowed to have a lot of girlfriends. And you're supposed to take care so that you don't come pregnant. So you were trespassing and her brother pushed you. And then what happened?
And then that's when Kevin and Jean got out the car and started fighting him, and Destiny came out and we started going back and forth, and then we started fighting. And then my sister and Karina got out the car, and then her other friend came out the house.
And?
And we all started fighting, and then we left, and then the cops pulled us over.
And what happened when the cops pulled you over?
They asked us all what happened and found out who hit her brother in the eye, and then they gave us all tickets to appear in court.
And what happened to your ticket?
I got harassment in the second.
So you pled guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we have a video of the fight. We taped it.
Oh, I'd like to see it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When the homeowner said to you, "Get off my property," you should have turned around and left. You're not playing with a full deck.
And later today.
What is wrong with you people?
Sorry, Your Honor.
I said, what's wrong with you? How can you live like this?
16-year-old Sierra Simpson came to her home and assaulted her.
Okay.
Yeah, they started videotaping it after her brother came out.
I don't care whether her brother pushed you or not. You were trespassing. And you came there to hurt her. No question in my mind you came there to hurt her. For no reason.
She went there to talk to Dave.
Dave wasn't there.
Yes, he was.
Just a second.
Hold on.
If you look, she hit me first. In the left-hand corner.
Play it back.
That's where she hits her. Bam.
Oh, there you go. No, you went out first. And you weren't there looking for Dave. Why are you arguing with her if you're there looking for Dave?
Because I asked for Dave, and she kept telling me to get off of her property and yelling at me, telling me
she
was
said
going
get off her property, and
baby.
that's where you should have gone. Off her property. And if you were legitimately concerned about your baby instead of the boyfriend, then you wouldn't have gone there in the first place with friends. That's why we shouldn't allow 16-year-olds to have babies. Because if you were legitimately concerned about the health and welfare of your baby, where there was a hole in the sac and you had to take a paternity test, if you were legitimately concerned, you would have stayed home in your sister's house and babysat for the 4 children and not put yourself in a position with your 2 friends to have a fight. And when the homeowner said to you, get off my property because you were looking for trouble, you should have turned around and left. It's just because you're not playing with a full deck. Who are you living with now?
My mother and father.
When did you go home to their house?
When I was about 8 months pregnant.
Why?
Because I needed the help and I couldn't do it on my own.
Correct. Have any medical records?
Yes, ma'am.
Outrageous.
Would you also like the police report?
I would. What do you want to show me?
No, we've got the police report.
In the police report, she started to write out, and she put, Sierra came to my house to talk to me. Scribbled it out and put, to fight me.
You did come to the house to fight her. That's why you brought Kevin. And you weren't thinking about your child's welfare. You were annoyed that he wouldn't take your calls anymore. He didn't want to be bothered. He probably knew that there maybe was somebody else that could have been the father of this child, and he wasn't going to get snookered.
Actually, he was talking to me at the same time because after he tried to get back with me.
Great. Then what did you go to her house for?
No, this was after the fact.
I'm talking about then. What did you go to her house for?
Because she had his phone and she was answering it and I needed to talk to him.
Did he change his number?
No.
Are you telling me that he never changed his phone number?
Not when I was calling him because I was still calling his phone.
Did he change his phone number?
Maybe after the fact.
Do me a favor. You make sure she takes the pill in front of you every morning.
They went to court on this already also, too. We have court papers. She was charged with harassment in the second, and the rest were dropped.
I want to tell you something. That in and of itself is sufficient for me to find in plaintiff's favor that she pled guilty to being the aggressor. Do you understand that? That's a matter of law. Pay attention to me. As a matter of law, she pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt to being the aggressor and the instigator on August 15th. Whether it was to assault or harassment or trespass, she pled guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
That she went there for the purpose of harassing her. That's what she pled guilty to, beyond a reasonable doubt. So whatever baloney she gives me today, that she was going there to talk to Dave, is baloney, because that's not what she swore to the judge. She did. She swore to the judge that she went there for the purpose of harassing her. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I don't think your daughter understands that.
I believe she understands it, but that's not how it was turning out at the beginning. Destiny called her, knew she was coming over there.
There's something wrong with you, too. If you're making excuses for
I'm not making excuses.
then don't make excuses for her.
I was on the phone with the officer.
Don't make excuses for her. She went there looking for no good. This young lady didn't go to her house. She was the one who had been making all the telephone calls to somebody who clearly didn't want to speak to her.
Your Honor, on my daughter's phone messages, she calls her right before she comes over to the house and tells her, if you don't come meet me at KFC.
Listen to me. Do you have that message? Just listen to me. The answer is either yes or no.
I don't have it.
Does anyone have it?
Yes, Your Honor. It's from somebody else, though. It's from...
Well, then I can't take it from somebody else.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
The apartment was a total mess. I just want you to take a look at how pigs live.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Destiny Elmore says 16-year-old Sierra Simpson came to her home and assaulted her.
Do you have any outstanding medical bills?
Just the one I gave you. I highlighted it.
Okay, so the account balance was $225. I am, Miss Elmore, giving you 10 times what your actual damages were, because I believe you are entitled to that. For the pain and suffering as a result of this incident, you made a big mistake. Don't make a second one. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,225. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I feel that she's a drama queen and she doesn't deserve what she got.
After she hit me, there was 4 girls that are coming out at me, trying to hurt me as well.
She went for my sister, started blaming her, going off on her as it was her fault.
It was ridiculous for her to come to our house like that with more than 5 people.
It happened. It's done. She's got to get on with her life now.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Coleman versus Duns. Step forward, please.
23-year-old Brittany Coleman is suing her former friend, 18-year-old Gideon Duns, for a loan to secure a venue for a fashion show, bank fees, and the cost of a ticket to the show.
How old are you, Miss Coleman?
I'm 23 years old, ma'am.
What do you do for a living?
I actually was taking care of my grandmother as an in-home care provider.
So you're unemployed?
Right now, yes.
Did you go to school?
I do.
What kind of school do you go to?
A community college.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying for medical assisting.
How many credits do you take?
I'm currently enrolled in 9 for the summer.
Who supports you?
Right now, I support myself. I get unemployment for taking care of my grandmother.
You don't get unemployment for taking care of your grandmother?
Well, that's what it was from. My unemployment was from that.
So your grandmother had been paying you to take care of
Yes.
her, and then she fired you?
Not fired me. Someone else, another family member, is now currently taking care of her.
And how long were you taking care of her?
2 years.
Who's taking care of her now?
Her daughter.
That's not your mother?
No.
How much was she paying you?
It was from in-home supportive services, and they were paying.
What does it mean, in-home supportive services?
It's like an agency, a county agency that pays you to take care of her.
What's wrong with your grandmother?
She has Alzheimer's.
So an agency paid by the government pays your grandmother?
Yes.
Or pays whoever takes care of her?
Yes.
And that's what you were doing?
Yes.
Just getting the whole picture.
Okay.
Which I now have.
Okay.
You still didn't tell me how much you were receiving from this agency.
It was $11.34 an hour.
How much a week?
It was about $1,500 every 2 weeks.
Tell me about this alleged loan that you made to the defendant for a fashion show.
The defendant was a friend of mine, and he called me. He said he was having a fashion show in Sacramento, California, where we reside, and he said he was not able to pay for the place where he was having the fashion show, that he was short on ticket sales, and that his sales hadn't gone through, and everybody that was supposed to have bought a ticket had not, and so he was short. So he needed some money to help pay for the venue. So he called me one day and asked me if I had a bank account, and I told him that I did, and I asked why, and he explained to me that he needed me to take out some payday loans to help him pay for the venue. So on the day of September 29th of 2009, I told him that I would, and he said, under the stipulation that he would pay all the loans back by October 29th of 2009, that he would pay all the loans back in full, and that none of the money that was in my account would be removed or taken out, and that I would have nothing to worry about.
Go.
First off, what she is saying, there's some truth in parts of it, but in most part, there is no truth in it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
After you gave him money, which you claim was a loan, to get the venue, he charged you $25 for a ticket. Is that what you want me to believe?
Yes.
Yes, I don't.
Okay.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brittany Coleman says former friend Gideon Duns scammed her on a loan to secure a venue for a fashion show.
Go.
We did not meet till October because we actually met through a mutual friend of ours named Keela.
We met before October.
Don't interrupt him.
Okay.
So we met through a mutual friend, and she found out that I was a fashion designer. And we had similar interests. You know, she said that she wants to be a fashion designer and or an actress. So I said, okay, that sounds good. You know, she asked when was the fashion show, when would it take place? I gave her the dates. I said that, yes, you know, it is true that I'm looking for, you know, investors, I guess you can say. And she said, well, since I'm into fashion, you know what I mean, can I help you out with it?
All that doesn't sound, let me tell you something, Mr. Duns, doesn't sound kosher to me, sir. Her story doesn't sound kosher either. But your story, what you're relaying to me doesn't sound as if it happened. Those words were not expressed by this woman.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you retool your answer to me?
Retool it, basically.
Retool it and make it truthful.
Okay. Well, what I said is true, you know, because what she's saying that we were already friends and I called her up.
Put your hand down.
Why would I call someone up, Judge, and say...
I don't answer your questions.
Okay.
I don't answer your question.
Okay, well, I'll restate it. I would never call anyone up to say, can you make some payday loans for me when at the time I was unemployed? My mother was taking care of all the expenses for the fashion show. So it sounds very, very untruthful that I would call her up before I didn't even know her and tell her to do this.
Tell me how it came about that she gave you any money. If you don't remember the exact conversation, say to me, I don't remember.
Oh, I do remember it.
Then tell me.
We were at a mutual friend of ours' house, and we were sitting there talking, and she actually introduced us. And we had the conversation that I am a fashion designer, and my friend said, well, tell her about the show that you're putting on. Explain to her about the show. She said that she wanted to help out. So I said, okay, what do you want to do as far as helping out? She said, well, what do you need help with? I said, I need help with the venue and with ticket sales. I gave her a portion of the tickets, and I had a portion of the tickets.
Okay. How many tickets did you give her?
I gave her 250 tickets.
Wow. And how many tickets did you keep?
250.
Do you have any of the tickets?
I have the flyer. The ticket was just a smaller thing like this.
Okay. Can I see that,
actually
please?
have a copy of the ticket.
I'd like to see it.
Yes.
Okay. And how much money did she give you?
She gave me $800.
And what was the $800 for?
The $800 was to go towards some of the tickets and also the venue.
And when were you supposed to get to a break-even point
I want to say it was like November 10th was the date that we met back up to see how many tickets we had both sold. She came back.
How many tickets did you sell?
I sold 150 tickets.
And how many tickets did she sell?
None.
Did she still have all the tickets in her possession?
I'm pretty sure she did because we were supposed to come back and see how many tickets she sold after I pushed the date back.
Ms. Coleman, where are the tickets that you had?
He never gave me any tickets, ma'am. He only gave me the one that I purchased, which was $25.
Why would you purchase a ticket from him?
Because he was a friend, and he told me that he was throwing a fashion show. So I was going in support of him.
When did you purchase the ticket? On what date?
I'm not sure of the exact date that I purchased the ticket.
Was it before or after you gave him money?
No, this is after.
After you gave him money?
Yes.
Which you claim was a loan to get the venue?
Yes.
Did him a big favor?
Yes.
He charged you $25 for a ticket. Is that what you want me to believe?
Yes.
Yes, I don't.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
I actually don't believe your whole story. I don't believe his either. I think it was something sort of a mix. Anyway,
the fashion show never actually took place, Judge, because the defendant never came on her part of the bargain. That's why it didn't take place, because this was a business venture that she decided to come up on with me. And when it was time to show face on what happened, on what took place, like where was the ticket sales, she brought nothing to the table. And as I pushed back the date and said, okay, let's meet again and see how many tickets you sold, there was an excuse of there's been a lot going on, so she still sold no tickets. And I understand the money that she's saying, you know, that she came out of pocket for, but let's speak about the money that I came, you know, out of pocket for.
How many investors did you have?
I actually had a total of 4.
Mm-hmm. How much money are you collecting now for unemployment?
I get $1,400 a month.
A month?
Yes.
And you get that because prior to that, you had been paid to take care of your grandmother
Yes.
by a state agency?
Yes.
And how long has your grandmother had Alzheimer's?
About 4 years.
Who took care of her before you?
Her daughter.
Which daughter?
The same one that's taking care of her currently.
And why did she stop?
Because she went off, she returned to school, and she wanted to take some other
And when she took off taking care of your grandmother, I assume she got unemployment as well.
Yes.
Goodbye. I don't believe you. Toodles. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
That's case number 235 on the calendar in the matter of Mola versus Nzunza.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Nzunza, the plaintiff is a police officer, and he gave you 2 tickets, moving violations. On what date?
February 11th, 2010.
It is his complaint that the complaint that you filed against him for rude conduct was unfounded. And while the police department conducted an investigation and found that the allegations were unfounded, that report will remain in his file. And he believes that since you maliciously filed that police report, he should be compensated. That's what your case is about,
Yes,
correct? Okay. So I'm going to start with you, since it's your report that's really the subject of this litigation. What time were you pulled over by Officer Moeller?
7:35 a.m., Your Honor.
Where were you going?
To work, Your Honor.
And I gather from your answer, sir, that you heard or saw Officer Moeller at some point and did not immediately pull over.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes.
How far did you travel before you pulled over?
Less than half a mile.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're going to explain to me why you didn't pull over, irrespective of whether he was going to give you a ticket or whether you had done anything wrong. You saw him, and for a half mile, which is quite a distance, you didn't pull over. You want to explain why?
Yes, Your Honor. There have been at least a half a dozen car crashes, including one fatality on Hesperia Road. When I saw his lights behind me, I was in the flow of traffic. He zeroed in on me, and there are various signs along that road that say no parking. I did not feel safe. I just did not think it was appropriate to pull over at that point. I was trying to avoid an accident. And so between 10 and 15 seconds, I ended up pulling over into a parking lot.
What did you get a ticket for?
I was cited for speeding and also failure to yield, Your Honor.
How fast were you going?
Somewhere between 57 and around 62 miles per hour.
And what was the zone?
45, Your Honor.
So there's no question you were speeding.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'm going to jump for a moment. You also got a ticket for failing to pull over for an emergency vehicle, which clearly you did. Now, you could have pled guilty and paid both fines by mail. In order for you to appear, you had to plead not guilty.
Correct, Your Honor.
So you pled not guilty and you appeared in court.
Yes. Can I explain something on that point?
No.
Okay.
When you appeared in court, did you have a hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you found guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
So then I don't have to go into any of the particulars. A court already found you guilty and you paid your fine. On what date did you go to court?
Around July. I'm not sure exactly what the date was.
July of 2010.
Yes, Your Honor.
On what date did you file the complaint that is the subject of this case?
The following day, Your Honor.
So you did not file a formal complaint in February?
I went down to the station, but not formally.
My question is, you did not file a formal complaint in February?
Correct.
March?
Correct.
April?
Correct.
May?
Correct, Your Honor.
June?
Correct.
The entire month of July until after the hearing?
Correct.
That doesn't sound good for you, Mr. Anuza.
Okay.
So far, do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do.
You weren't offended enough to file a formal complaint until after you were found guilty. That would tick me off if I was an officer. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand why?
Yes, I do.
Now, I want you to explain to me what it was between February 2010 and July of 2010 that somehow got you all worked up. You had February, March, April, May, June, and part of July, 6 months. What was it during that 6-month period, sir, that got you all worked up? Just a second. Make sure it's something that I'm going to find credible.
Okay, Your Honor. Well, I'm just going to tell you the truth. The same day after I received the 2 citations, I went down to his superior and spoke to the sergeant, and he received...
Don't tell me what you said to the sergeant.
No, I'm not.
Or what the sergeant said to you.
Okay. But he did hand me the complaint process guidelines and
So
procedures.
you had the complaint process.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All I can say is that, I'm a professional. I'm extremely busy. My boss...
Not an excuse.
Okay.
Now, do you think that if you had been found not guilty or if Officer Moeller failed to appear, you would have gone down and filed a complaint?
Yes.
I want to see the complaint you filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Because actually, this is going to be a very, very simple case for me to do. Why is this dated June 14th, 2010?
That must have been when I turned it in, Your Honor.
No, you crossed out a date and put in June 14th, 2010.
I had been...
There's a date crossed out.
Yes, ma'am. I had begun filling it out prior, and since time had passed by, I decided just to change the date because...
Hey, you told me that you didn't go down and file the complaint until the day after your trial, which is in July. This says June 15th.
I'm mistaken, Your Honor.
What do you mean you're mistaken?
I'm mistaken. My
About
trial,
what?
About the date of the trial. It must have been the day before that, Your Honor.
So it was in June?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize for the inaccuracy on that.
You see, it doesn't have much impact on you, sir, because all you did was go down and file something. It didn't have any impact on your career. It only had an impact on somebody else's career, so the date wasn't that important to you. We are beginning to understand each other, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You tell him you want him to change the color of the car because you say, my car is silver, it's not tan. Who cares? You were being a wise guy, a speeding wise guy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deputy Sheriff Brian Mueller says motorist Joseph Inzunza filed a false complaint against him, alleging he was verbally abusive during a traffic stop.
Now, was June 14th a work day or not a work day?
I believe it was a work day, Your Honor.
And you filed this complaint the next day. So did you take a little time off from work the next day to go down and file the complaint?
It just took about 10 minutes. It was during my lunch break.
My question to you was, did you take some time off to go down and file this complaint?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you were too busy February, March, April, May, and up until June 15th to file the complaint. All of a sudden, you find 2 days in which you have some spare time. That's interesting. We're beginning to understand each other, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Somebody else's career is just important as yours. What do you do for a living?
I'm a school psychologist.
Yeah. Your complaint first says that the officer came up, and when you finally did pull over, he was red-faced and he was screaming at you, when I tell you to pull over, you pull over. And you said, okay, that's what I'm trying to do. And he responded, if I don't think it's safe, I will tell you, now pull over. And then you pulled over into a parking lot.
Can I clarify?
Yes.
As I was entering the parking lot of the little country cafe, I pulled into the driveway and stopped because he immediately got next to my car. I rolled down my window and he started screaming his head off.
What did he say?
He said what I had written there, which was pull over.
What did he say?
He said, pull over. When I say stop, you pull over immediately.
Right. And?
Now, pull over. And I said, that's what I'm trying to do.
So you answered him back, and he said?
And then you motioned for me to pull over, so I pulled into a spot.
Now he pulls over. Come on, keep talking.
Okay, then I pulled into a parking spot, and then he parks behind me, blocking traffic of the driveway. And then he gets off his motorcycle and walks up to my vehicle.
Correct.
And then he comes into where my window would be, the frame of my door. And his face is in my car almost, and he's in my window and just screaming like a maniac.
No. I want you to tell me what he said.
He continued saying...
No, I want you to tell. So far, he hasn't said anything wrong. When I tell you to pull over, you pull over. And you probably said to him, I didn't think it was safe. And he says, I'll tell you if I don't think it's safe. When I tell you to pull over, you pull over. Perfect. Now tell me what he was saying to you.
He continued yelling...
Say.
Again.
What did he say?
He was saying the same thing. He was saying, pull over. When I said pull over, whenever there's an emergency vehicle behind you, you pull over immediately. I don't care if it's safe. I don't care if it's not. You pull over when I say. And then he stopped.
Just a second. Say that again, what you just said to me.
When there's an emergency vehicle behind you, you pull over. I don't care if it's safe. If it's not safe, I'll tell you to pull over.
No, now you're making it up as you're going along, because that's not what you say in your answer.
If you don't feel it's safe...
That's not what you say in your answer, sir.
He said, I don't care if you don't feel it's safe. I'll tell you when to pull over.
That's not what you even say here, sir.
I'm just trying to recall exactly what I wrote.
Well, you recall it better now, or you recall it better 6 months ago? Is my question.
I recalled it better 6 months ago.
You recalled it better 6 months ago, when it was fresh in your mind. That's why you're supposed to file a complaint as soon as it happens, not when you're thinking about it later, when you're making it up as you're going along.
That was a mistake.
What you said was, in a quote, if I don't think it's safe, I will tell you. Now pull over. He didn't say to you, I don't care if it's safe or not.
Okay. I misquoted.
That's a big difference.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's why you're supposed to do things when they're fresh in your mind, not when you're mad because you were found guilty.
Okay.
Now, according to you, after he was finished yelling, he stepped back, took a deep breath, and began to audio tape our conversation. Now, when he began to audio tape your conversation, was he also rude to you?
He continued to be rude.
That's what I want to know. Tell me how he was rude when he was audio taping your conversation.
Well, he refused to change the color of, he wrote that the color of my car was tan, it's silver. He refused to change it to the correct color. And also, because of the way he was yelling and screaming and treating me, I already was thinking about talking to his superior. So I wanted to know his name. So, but it looks like you can't even read what it says. It says his name is Moeller, and it looks like it said MUFR-A.
Did it have a shield number on it?
Yes, but I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it?
I just couldn't,
Now, officer, all I want you to do is play for me when he starts to argue with you about changing the color of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And your name. That I want to hear.
If you give me a moment, I'll get to that.
Absolutely.
Pull to the right.
Whatever you're gonna write.
Okay.
Sir, thanks for your patience. Here's your information back. All right, we decided unsafe speed for road conditions 67 and a 45. Locked you in on the laser at 253 feet south of where I was at. You're also being cited for failing to yield to an emergency vehicle. Your court date is April 16th at 8:30. Night court is April 1st at 4 o'clock at the Victorville Courthouse. Need you to sign here in the red box. You're signing for the promise to appear. You are not admitting guilt by signing.
Do you want to put the correct color of my car? It's not tan.
Okay, that's fine.
You want to execute it? It's for silver.
Okay, you need to sign in the red box, sir.
But the information is not correct.
Okay, you can debate that in court.
Things that are not correct? I mean, does this look tan? I don't know.
In my glasses, it does. Sir, you need to sign in the red box.
What does it say?
Yes, that's my last name. You need to sign in the red box.
Well, I know. Can I read something?
I've explained to you what you're being cited for, so you need to sign in the red box, sir.
M-U-L-E-R.
I'm giving you a lawful order to sign in the red box. If you do not sign in the red box, you're going to go to jail for resisting, delaying, or obstructing an officer. You're going to get a copy of the citation, and you can review the citation. You were explained what you were being cited for. My name is right there. It's M-O-L-E-R. Thanks for your patience. You're free to go.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What I sort of found out here in California, everybody thinks that everybody else has to surround them with their arms and give them a whole bunch of kumbaya and love. I come from Brooklyn. If a cop's giving you a ticket, he doesn't give you a whole lot of loving along with the ticket.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deputy Sheriff Brian Mueller says motorist Joseph Inzunza filed a false complaint against him after a traffic stop. Joseph is alleging that Deputy Mueller was verbally abusive.
Now,
Your Honor, can I say one thing reference the dates?
Yes.
That he's incorrect on. The court case was on June 15th.
Yeah.
Mr. Inzunza filed the complaint. It's down here at the bottom on that same date at 1:47 in the afternoon. So he filed it the same day of the court case. And I have the subpoena here if you'd like to see that.
I would. Mr. Anusa, did you go to court on April 16th?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
I wasn't sure that I was actually guilty of failure to yield because I felt I was just trying to be safe. So I just pled not guilty on that particular citation.
When you went to trial, did you go to trial on the speeding and the failure to yield?
Yes, both, Your Honor.
Both. So you had to have pled not guilty on both.
Yes, yes, you are correct.
Officer Moeller says that you filed the complaint, and he has a copy of it, and it's signed in on the same date that you were found guilty. So it wasn't the next day.
That was inaccurate. It was the same day.
You had a lot of inaccuracies, sir. You're a school psychologist, Mr. Inus?
Yes, Your Honor.
In what kind of school?
A high school, Your Honor.
You deal with boys and girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's assume you were counseling a 14-year-old freshman, and she went home and said to her mother that you inappropriately exposed yourself to her, which wasn't true. And they did an investigation. The investigation was unfounded, that this was a young girl who regularly makes those kinds of accusations if she wants to get out of class, if she wants an excuse for not doing something. You think that that would stay with you for a long time?
Yes, it would.
You think that that might affect the way the school system deals with you?
Definitely.
Even though it was unfounded?
Definitely.
That was unfounded. Now, let's assume that she made that kind of an accusation, and all you did was lean over her shoulder in a very innocent way, put your arm around her and say, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. So she said it was inappropriate. And you had to go through an investigation because she said you inappropriately touched her. Do you understand where we're going, Mr. Iannusa?
Yes, I do.
Sometimes your conduct can affect somebody else's professional career, even though legally and within the workplace it's unfounded. It stays with you because people look at you differently. They view your progress differently. They view your promotion sometimes differently. They said, look, not founded, but you know, where there's smoke, sometimes there's fire. So if we have two choices, if we can promote Iannusa to something or somebody else, why should we get involved with somebody that had this inappropriate complaint, even though it was unfounded? We understanding each other, sir?
Yes, we do.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, what I find fascinating, Mr. Iannusa, is that you had this very well put together complaint that clearly you had had it on the back burner for some time, and you could have filed it at any time.
Yes.
You chose not to file it until after you were convicted. That doesn't sit well with me.
Okay.
You got it?
I do understand, but because it was deemed unfounded doesn't mean that it's not valid. I mean, it's the
not
truth.
valid. He doesn't have to talk to you like your mother. Where do you live?
in Hesperia.
You know, because what I sort of found out here in California, and I'm not from California, everybody thinks that everybody else has to surround them with their arms and give them a whole bunch of kumbaya and love. You know, I come from Brooklyn. If a cop's giving you a ticket, he doesn't give you a whole lot of loving along with the ticket. People out here in California seem to think that everybody's got to love you, including a cop giving you a ticket. I don't understand that. I mean, I think that his tone to you was clipped and lacking warmth and empathy, but unprofessional? Wait. You tell him you want him to change the color of the car because you say, my car is silver, it's not tan. Who cares? You were being a wise guy, a speeding wise guy. So what do you want from him, Officer Mola?
Well, Your Honor, I think he should pay the full $5,000. This stays in my file for 7 years. I've been a deputy sheriff for 5 years. 5 years is when we start the promotion process.
Have you ever had a complaint before?
Never.
In 5 years?
In 5 years.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yes, case number 94 on the calendar in the matter of Martella versus Tafoya.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Miss Martella, who is this young man?
This is my son, Vance.
How old is he?
18.
Was he present during any of these incidents?
Yes, he was.
How many children do you have?
3.
How old are they?
My daughter, Sarah, is 20. He's 18, and my youngest is 10 months.
10 months?
Yes.
And how many children do you have?
Ma'am, only one.
The child that you have with the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you and the plaintiff have a relationship, sir?
Ma'am, about 2 months.
Is that right, Miss Martella?
No.
How long was your relationship?
About 2 years.
Was it an exclusive relationship for you?
Yes.
And what about for you?
No.
How old are you?
31.
And how old are you, Miss Martella?
43.
This is your claim. You have a 10-month-old child who I understand that you participate with and see. You claim that during a period where he was watching the child, you came home, you smelled marijuana in the house, you had an argument with him, and he assaulted you. Subsequently, when your child was hospitalized briefly because she has certain physical disabilities, there was another confrontation at the parking lot of the hospital, and the defendant says that you actually were the violent one, that you damaged his property. So let me understand something, Miss Martella. Why would you have another child with a young man who is 12, 13 years your junior?
It just happened. I never did a younger man before. He was pursuing me, and we started out as friends. He was supposed to come over and show me how to do something on my computer with eBay, and one thing led to another, and it just happened.
So for the time you knew each other, how much of that time were you just friends?
I'd given him my number a couple months prior to that, and he used to text me. And then after a couple of months, I answered his text, and then I was at a picnic, and he was there. And
So how long did you actually date?
About a year, year and a half.
Well, now we're talking about from 2 years, it's down to a year. He says it was a couple of months. All right. Tell me about this first incident. When was it?
It was on February 2nd. I had come home from work, and when I came in the house, it smelled like marijuana. And I did get upset. We got in an argument. My son was in the living room. I saw that he was getting a little more upset, so I went into my room, and he came to my door and asked me to open the door, and I told him no. And I said, you need to leave. Just go be with Sarah, because I knew he was seeing this girl, Sarah. And I said, just go with Sarah. Leave me alone. I said, I'm upset. So then he goes, I'm going to kick your door in. And then that's when I heard my son come up behind him, and he said, you kick that door, I'm going to kick you. And I heard him say, okay. And I thought he had left, so I was listening at the door, and I didn't hear him, so I opened the door, and then he had come back in, and
he came in where?
Back into the house. And then we continued to fight, and he pushed me on the bed, and then he hit me in the ribs, and he saw my phone, and he thought I had some spy thing, my phone spying on his phone calls, because I knew about the girl Sarah, and he picked up my phone and he broke it.
And where was your son all this time?
He was in the living room at first, but then I heard him behind him saying, you kick the door, I'm going to kick you.
Well, I heard that already. My question was, where was he when all this was going on?
He was in
Oh, yeah? Stand. Your name?
Vance Leia.
Vance. Go. February 2nd.
I was there, and Donnie had went over to my mom's bedroom. They were having a fight, and he kicked the door.
Before they had a fight, who was taking care of the baby?
My mother was.
No, she wasn't home. She was working.
Oh, sorry. Donnie was.
Yes. Donnie was. And what were you doing?
I was just on the couch reading my book.
And he had been taking care of the baby for how long?
Since my mom left for work in the morning.
Did he take good care of the baby?
No.
Did you call your mother and tell her that he wasn't taking good care of the baby?
I had texted her.
And what did you say when you texted her?
I said, this idiot's watching the baby at all.
That's what you said. This idiot's not watching the baby at all.
Yes.
Did she answer your text, Vance?
No, she didn't answer my text, but
Didn't
then she
answer
came
your
home.
text. She didn't say to you, like a normal mother, if he's not taking care of the baby, then you should take care of your sister?
Well, I checked in on her every once in a while.
What do you mean you checked in on her every once in a while?
I just walked in there like every hour or so.
And what was he doing?
He was on the computer that was in the room.
The computer in what room?
In my mother's room.
Now, your mother says she came home and she smelled marijuana. You didn't mention anything to me about somebody smoking marijuana.
Well, later on in the day, I smelled marijuana, but we also have
No,
skunks.
you didn't mention that to me at all, Vance. And you said that you texted your mother later on in the day when you said, this idiot's not watching the baby. The first thing I would have texted is, this idiot is smoking dope in the house and is not watching the baby. But you didn't say that, Vance.
Well, because we have skunks in the area, and it smells just like skunk weed, which he buys and smokes in the house. So I didn't know if it was skunk weed or a skunk.
I'm not buying this story. Do you understand? I'm not buying that part of your story.
Your Honor, I know the marijuana had to have been smoked within 15 minutes because it smelled when I hit the door.
Maybe he smoked it.
No, my son doesn't smoke marijuana. Anyway, I wouldn't have gotten that upset. I started an argument with him. I smelled marijuana, and that was what our fight was about. I told him, you need to leave. My daughter had a heart condition. Why would he be smoking marijuana in my house with my daughter having a heart condition?
Just a second. He didn't see him smoking marijuana. He didn't text you about marijuana. Listen to me very carefully. He didn't. Now you can sit.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I texted him, you're heartless and cruel. I didn't write nothing on no mirror. I'm not no crazy woman like he's explaining. I did snap the one time when I smelled the marijuana. I did snap.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kathy Martella says ex-boyfriend Donald Tafoya owes for destroying her belongings and 2 assaults. Donald is countersuing for damage to his truck.
Okay. So he came back into the house and did what?
He came back in and started yelling at me, calling me names again. I told him to leave. I was trying to shut the door, but he kept pushing in. We just kept fighting. I mean, that's just basically what it's been ever since he started using again. And he came in, we started fighting. He pushed me on the bed, and I told him, go to Sarah's. I knew he was seeing this girl named Sarah because of the computer.
When did you find out that he was seeing Sarah? There's a question on the floor.
Around January 1st or 2nd.
And how did you find out he was seeing a girl named Sarah?
Because he left his MySpace up on my computer one day on his message thing, and it was messages to different girls. And Sarah was one of them.
And
I confronted him about it.
Well, you weren't seeing each other anymore in January.
Your Honor, we had an agreement at the beginning when they told me my daughter was going to be born with a heart defect. They told me that it wasn't going to be a one-man job. And we had a talk, and we decided we were going to put our lives aside, and we were going to take care of our daughter. So we agreed to have her, and we had her. And from that point on, it's just been one incident after another after another. And I told him I couldn't have him at my house this way because I was too emotionally involved. And I couldn't have that going on in my house.
It wasn't going on in the house. He wasn't bringing women to your house, was he?
I told him I didn't want to put up with the lies and all that stuff. Just leave it alone. He kept telling me, no, my daughter means more to me. It's just, I believed him. It was my fault. I believed him.
You weren't together.
We were together. He's the one who's saying we weren't together. We were together when it was convenient for him.
He's 30 years old. You're 43. You have 2 grown children. He has nobody. He may be a fool. He may be an idiot. He may be a drug addict. You are a grown woman with grown children who should know better. You know, and then you want him to put life on hold to take care of a sick baby.
Well, our personal lives, not our...
I'm talking about your personal lives.
We wanted to go... We're both in college. We both wanted to get through the semester, get through the surgery until she recovered, and then help take care of her, because she couldn't leave the house, Your Honor. There had to be 24-hour care there.
What else?
The incident on March 10th is when my daughter had surgery, and I hadn't seen him the whole month before. And he showed up at the hospital under the influence.
Who told you that she was having surgery?
I knew about the date beforehand of the surgery was going to be. She tried to withhold it from me, actually, because she didn't want me to be there. I love my daughter, and it's really hard.
Just a second. So you showed up at the hospital. What time did you get there?
Early in the morning. I was going to drive truck over there. I have a big truck. but she offered to actually pick me up and take me over there. And she picked me up at my grandma's early in the morning, so I don't know how she's saying that I was under the influence of the hospital.
Just a second. She picked you up at your grandmother's?
Yes.
So you went to the hospital together?
Yes, we did.
So, Miss Martella, when you went to the hospital on March 10th, how did you get there?
I drove.
Who was in the car with you?
Myself and him.
This is your sworn complaint. Our daughter had heart surgery on March 10th, and Donald was nowhere to be found. He eventually showed up at the hospital, but he was drunk.
He showed up.
No. You picked him up. You didn't say that. You picked him up in the morning.
We were at his grandmother's house.
I'm talking to you about what you wrote in your complaint. What you wrote in your complaint was he showed up at the hospital later, drunk. That's not true. You picked him up with your daughter and went to the hospital together.
He had left the hospital. He left the hospital on the Metrolink, came back under the influence. He had been using the whole time. I told him he could not be at the hospital loaded, and he had to go back to his grandmother's and get clean before he was going to be there. He went to his grandmother's supposedly, but he wasn't. He was out all night getting loaded.
On what date did you have this conversation?
Like 4 or 5 days.
Hey.
Like 4 or 5 days before the surgery. His grandmother called me and asked me to bring the daughter.
Listen to me. Your story, when I read your complaint, didn't make sense to me.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Well, it didn't make sense to me. You tell me one lie and I don't believe the rest.
I didn't tell you a lie.
You did.
He left the
Listen to me. You didn't say he came with you and then he left and he came back drunk. What you said was he eventually showed up, but he showed up drunk. He was nowhere to be found. Finish your story.
Okay, so we went to the hospital, and it was time for her to get released. It was March 17th, actually, because she was in there for a week. They told me what I needed to do. That she was ready to be discharged. I had to go get her prescriptions, and I had to go get the stroller. I asked him to go get the prescription while I went to get the stroller, and he said, "Don't do it yourself." So I was walking down to my car to get the stroller. He's walking down behind me, calling me names. We're arguing like his MO because he wants to go take off. He didn't want to go back and take care of her. So I said, "Just please leave me alone. Let me just get her stuff." So I started getting her stuff. He starts pulling stuff out of the back seat, acting crazy because he was loaded. And then he started throwing my stuff across the parking lot. He kicked my purse. I went to go get my purse. He grabbed me by my ponytail and pulled me down to the ground. And that's when I started calling for security.
That's not what you say in your complaint. What you say in your complaint was this whole incident happened on March 10th, not March 17th. You say that this happened when he came to the hospital on the date of your daughter's surgery and he was drunk. Now you tell me it had nothing to do with March 10th.
Well,
that
March
was
10th
March
was when she
7th.
was admitted.
No, that was March 17th, a different date. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear February 2nd.
To tell you the truth, ma'am, Vance wasn't even there. And if what he's saying is true...
What kind of drug problem do you have?
You know, I haven't done drugs for over 2 years.
That's a lie. If you open your mouth again, I'm just going to dismiss your case.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I suggest that if you are not currently under some sort of psychiatric care, you get yourself there. You need it.
Ex-boyfriend Donald Tafoya purposely damaged her property and assaulted her on 2 separate occasions.
What kind of drugs had you used?
I had a marijuana problem, and I had a serious drinking problem, and I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I got help in Narcotics Anonymous, and that's where I met Kathy, because Kathy is also a recovering addict. You know, I mean, she had more time, and, you know, I really actually admired her when I met her. I thought she was a really strong woman in recovery. I didn't see her anger and jealous side.
ঘন্টাখানিক তো পাওয়া যায় মেলা 1 ঘন্টা 8 মিনিট সারাদিন নেই সারা নিয়ে যায়নি সারা কাজ দিতে পারে কিন্তু আজকে যদি কিনি সারা রাত কিছু করে বেড়াবো Moe. It's 100% moe.